All right, guys, we were headed to the races, Batesville Motor Speedway. Everything was clicking right along. We got about 15 miles up the road to Bald Knob, Arkansas, and this happened. Yeah, my old truck laying down on me. It's an 05 Chevrolet. Yeah, I know it's almost 20 years old. I shouldn't be driving it so hard, but listen to this. That's quiet. Hang on. I've got something going on. I was scared to take it on up to Batesville. That's another 30 miles from Bald Knob. So I was a little bit leery of taking it on up the road. So I brought it on home. I think our problem is my oil sender unit has went bad. I've lost my oil pressure gauge, so I have no clue what my oil pressure is doing. And I know anybody that has any sense would keep an eye on their oil pressure. But anybody that knows Chevrolet trucks knows that right there is what happens. Your oil sending unit goes to wide open, full max oil pressure whenever your sender unit goes bad. But I just hadn't had a chance. I've been thrashing on this race car in here, and I just hadn't had a chance to work on this thing. And I don't know if I've got bad oil pressure or what, so, but I'm definitely going to have to do something. So I've been calling around trying to find another motor. This thing got me home. I don't hear any noise in the bottom, but somebody comment on here and tell me what I need to do. If I just need to change oil and go to a heavier oil or something. I put 5W30 in it like it calls for, right there. But ever since I've made this last change, it's done this. And I don't know if I could change oil and go to a better oil and a better oil filter. I just went with O'Reilly's brand, and I think that's my problem. I think I need to go with a change of oil and get a good Wix oil filter, change the oil on this thing, and try it again. So y'all give me y'all's opinion, because I really don't want to have to pull this motor out and tear it down. It's a good motor. It really don't use any oil to speak of. It's 241,000 miles on this truck. So I really don't want to have to pull it. It don't smoke. But like I say, ever since I've changed the oil, which was only about 500 miles, maybe 700 miles ago, I've started having lifter issues and whatnot, and I'm going to say my oil is probably what's caused it, because I used O'Reilly brand oil, and I like O'Reilly's and all, but I used their filter and all, and I'm probably losing oil pressure through that filter, and the oil is probably junk. So I'm going to have to go with a better grade oil like we use in a race car, a good synthetic oil or something. I'm going to try that and see if I can't bring this thing back to life. So I don't think it's missing. It don't sound like I've lost a lifter. It's just clattering like I've lost all my oil pressure. So um, it could be my oil filter is causing a bypass to take place and losing my oil pressure. So I'm thinking that route. So y'all give me y'all's opinion on what I need to do, because I don't want to do any more to this motor than I absolutely have to, but I don't want to lose it either. So it's a good motor. So y'all give me y'all's opinion. All right, I'm gonna get off here, guys. God bless y'all. Keep a hammering, guys. Like, subscribe, comment. Tell us what you think. Leave a comment on what we need to do on this little 5.3 and help us out here. All right, we'll see y'all later. All right. Well, hey, guys. I am in the house, and I changed the oil on the truck. I put a Wix filter on it. The only oil I had was some 2050 Cam 2 oil. I'd got it at a friend of mine's store up at Albion, and it's really good oil. I mean, I have no problem with the oil. I put that in there. When I pulled the oil out, the other oil out, I had somehow or other, I had way too much oil in it, and it was like water when I dumped it out. So, of course, it was hot, but anyway, I put this other oil in it. I went ahead and put 2050 in it. I know you're not supposed to, but I was thinking, let me try this, and if it quits, I know I've got an oil pressure problem, or the other oil was just too thin, or that would kind of narrow it down. Anyway, I put that on there, and the Wix oil filter. I fired it up, and it clattered for just long enough for it to build oil pressure. And as soon as it built oil pressure, the clatter immediately stopped. It's smooth as a brand new engine. So that tells me that as soon as I'm see if I can get an oil cylinder unit for it, maybe tomorrow, or an adapter. I'm going to try to order one of those to get me an adapter to where I can run a manual gauge, a physical manual gauge like we run on race cars. That way I know exactly what we've got. And but anyway, it smoothed out, it cleared up and ran perfect. So I said, well, that was my issue. So I hooked back up to the trailer. By this time it's 7 o'clock. Races start, the hot laps at Batesville starts at 7:30. Okay. So I holler at Matthew. He comes out. I hook back up to the trailer. We take off, and we're hammer down. We're not trying to blow the motor up or nothing like that. We're just rolling, trying to get to Batesville. I've had it figured we'd get to Batesville about 7:45 to 8 o'clock. That's what I had figured. We would probably miss our heat race, but we could fall in on the tail end of the feature. All right. Got past Bald Knob this time. Got halfway between Bald Knob and Pleasant Plains, Pleasant Plains is about halfway between Bald Knob and Batesville. So we were pretty good ways up there and going down the hill, and was about to hit the bottom of the valley and start coming back up. And all of a sudden, the motor started tapping again. It made it probably 20 to 25 miles. And all of a sudden, it started doing it again. So I told Matthew, I said, well, I'm not driving it all the way to Batesville and it doing this. So I turned it around right there, come home. We really wanting to go racing, but when I have engine troubles, I can't focus on racing. I'm focused. My mind is not there. I can't. Heaven forbid we get all the way up there, and then truck troubles happen, and then we're all night long trying to get the truck home. So that's a nightmare. Anyway, we brought it back home. It did it all the way home. It never missed. It never lost power or nothing. It just steady tapping. It's like it didn't sound like it was clattering as bad as it was. So I don't know what's going on other than the oil got hot enough that it thinned down and then maybe lost oil pressure. Like again, I've got to get a gauge going so that way I'll know. So anyway, that's my problem, is something's going on with the motor, and I think it's oil pressure. So, but anyway, it instantly quit when I changed oil and put the thicker oil in it. So it was a Cam 2 2050, and the good oil, I've used it in other things, never had a problem. Matter of fact, I'm running it in my lawnmower, and it runs fine. So I don't think I'm running the 2050. I think I'm running the 10W30 in my lawnmower, and it's doing fine. I've put it in our van and things of that nature. I've put it in other vehicles, and it's not the oil. So it's something. I think my oil pressure has gone wrong. So, but anyway, I'm gonna get off here. I've done rambled long enough. So this is the video that I made. This will be Friday night, 2 weeks before No Name Nationals. So the engine's gone down in my truck, but I have Doug has a Dodge 3/4 ton that we're probably going to use to pull it up there. Was thinking we had somebody that was going to pull the trailer up there for us, but haven't heard anything there. So we're just going to go ahead and plan for Doug's truck to be pulling it. I'm working on a sponsor to try to help with some fuel maybe. So we don't know on that sponsor just yet, but I'm gonna talk to another couple of guys to see if we can't get a little bit of help to try to get some fuel money or a tank of fuel or something of that nature. But just for help, you know what, we can use some help right now. I can promise you, because it's got us pretty well discouraged. So that's part of it. But anyway, I'm gonna get off here. God bless you guys. We're gonna keep on hammering. We're gonna figure these things out, and we're gonna keep going. That's just part of life. You got problems, you got to work through them. You don't stop. You don't throw up your hands and throw in the towel and quit. What are you gonna quit? How can you quit? I mean, you might quit what you're doing, but you can't quit life. You got to keep on going. So anyway, we're gonna keep on hammering, and we'll come back tomorrow around 2 p.m. Central Time. Be watching. We're going to do a live Saturday at 2 p.m., which will be tomorrow. What's the date tomorrow?
17th.
The 17th. Today's the 16th. Okay. Anyway, today's Friday. Tomorrow is the 17th, Saturday, 2 weeks before No Name Nationals. So next week is it. I mean, next weekend is all we've got. And then we've got to be gearing up, loading up, getting ready to go to Sikeston, Missouri. So, but anyway, tomorrow, 2 p.m., we're going live. So be watching. And 2 p.m. Central. I know people are watching all over the country and all over the world, matter of fact, but Central Time here in the United States. We'll be live, so be watching. We'll see you tomorrow. God bless you. Keep a hammering, guys.